Now, you may know that yesterday's update did not go well at all. Unfortunately, a lot of people lost their account progress, losing their heirlooms and losing their kills, and many people are asking, is it safe to get back on? Well, Respawn did implement an update to where if you haven't been on since the update, then you should be fine now. But if you already got on, lost your stuff, then they had to do an additional update in which they decided to make that yesterday. So let's dive in and discuss what the world's going on in the Apex scene right now and why in the world LuLu is cooking EA with her response yesterday. So like the video, subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date with all things inside the world of Apex Legends news. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in to the topics. First off, wanted to make mention of Respawn and their official updates. You guys know, obviously, yesterday we made mention of their original update saying that we are seeing your reports, we're investigating. They replied a couple hours later saying we've rolled out an update to address this issue. Any account logging in will now not experience any lost progress or content, but for players who are missing their progress or content after the update this morning, please hang tight. We're working on an additional fix to restore your accounts to their state before our update, and we'll let you know as soon as it's ready. Those are very important keywords because it goes in line with their next update, so take a listen. They said, we messed up, and in order to resolve an account data loss issue, we are temporarily taking the Apex servers offline. This was all happening, by the way, while you were asleep last night. But fear not, we are deploying a fast fix to restore progress and content to the affected accounts, but players will not be able to connect to the game during this time. And we're hopeful that we'll have this back up in an hour. Stay tuned for more updates. And in the meantime, please accept our apologies and thank you for your patience. So they did come out with another update, and here's where things get a little mixy. Thank you for your patience. We deployed a fix and the servers are now back online. And as a result of the evening's rollback, we're working to restore progress made throughout the course of yesterday. So remember, they restored your account back to the section before the update came out. However, a lot of you were playing yesterday and did make some progress. So what they're trying to do is merge the progress you made yesterday to the stats that you have currently going on right now and to where it was rolled back to yesterday. That way you didn't really miss out or I guess waste your time. But unfortunately, a lot of people were set back after, you know, already making some good progress into it. But I guess at the end of the day, they got to fix it. They got to fix it. And something's got to be done, right? Somebody's going to get the bad end of the stick. But this does kind of answer another question that we had. This was coming from Alberlelli. It was regarding the rank situation, because while this update was out yesterday and the new split was supposed to start, many people got reset all the way back to like rookie. Some people were locked out of the mode completely and didn't know what to do. And Apex, for whatever reason, were not giving an update on rank. They were just saying about the lost progress for your account, your heirlooms, all that stuff. That's what they were working on, but they really didn't say anything about ranked. Well, we kind of did get that answer, and finally that was coming from the same tweet of this morning, and that is the fact that they've decided to postpone the new rank split. So sadly, it will roll out at a later date, they say, and more info is to come. So maybe we'll get that communication today or tomorrow, but we'll keep you up to date right here on the channel. But after all of this stuff was going on, LuLu was very quick to say maybe this wouldn't have happened if EA wasn't such a terrible company and didn't lay off the entire quality assurance department over at Respawn. So that is a true statement, by the way. If you guys are not aware, about a month ago or so at this point, EA did make some really big layoffs inside the Apex scene, and it was sad because a lot of people that we saw working in that department, we knew on Twitter, we were aware of, and they did lose their job, and EA did make a lot of cuts. And this was coming after a lot of people were giving EA and Respawn some praise because there were not really many cuts inside of the Apex Legends department. But then finally it did come, and we got that bad news. Also want to make mention of some news that is spreading all over Twitter. Obviously, take it for what you will. This guy who leaks things has definitely been wrong in the past, but he's been right many times as well. So take it for what you will. But let me say, the Apex fans were not happy with the information that this was actually portraying. There's a new currency apparently called exotic shards instead of just heirloom shards, and they can be found in Apex packs coexisting with heirloom shards, and they may also be purchased directly. They can be used to redeem Apex artifacts and reactive weapon skins. So this obviously had a pretty common response by many people, including YouTuber Zilk, was that this is lame and that all the people with heirloom shards are now screwed. Now, my thoughts are, if you have your heirloom shards, you could still spend it on whatever item it is that you want inside the heirloom store. So to me, if I did have heirloom shards, I don't really think I would be that upset about this. Obviously, it's just different. Like, there is some sort of a difference here. My only concern was if they start making these exotic shards just like the currency for everything and you can start buying heirlooms and stuff with it, then yeah, that would be pretty lame, because I spent all this time trying to get these heirloom shards. I got lucky. All these packs are supposed to be worth a little bit more, or these heirlooms are now supposed to be worth a little bit more. If you could just start purchasing them, then of course, yeah, that would literally suck. But I don't think they're going in that direction quite yet. At least it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're just basically splitting the rare items up of the Apex artifacts, the reactive weapon skins, and then you still have the heirlooms. And so like there's like a middle ground now. Instead of just legendary to heirloom or legendary to mythic, there's like a middle ground of still super cool, almost heirloom level, and you can buy them if you want. So we'll just have to wait around and see exactly how this is going to work, and if it does come to fruition. What do you guys think about it? I want to make mention of a hot topic. This has been going down. It's got some likes. It's got a lot of upvotes. People are definitely getting involved in this, that they feel like Lockdown, even though it was a nice LTM they put a lot of time into, they say it's boring. And the reason is because of Caustic. Lockdown was fun for me for exactly 1 day, but since then it has become boring just because it is impossible to play, because every zone is just a Caustic sitting around a corner, barreled up in a room with no real push to counter. I mean, fair, it's what it is, but the legend is there for sure, and it's what he's good at. But I feel like that there are more zones in open areas that would really make the mode more interesting and dynamic than just having a blind push of Caustic in every zone. You can flame me if you want, but that's the hot take that he had to say. And honestly, I think he's 100% right. There were some comments of like, okay, you could play around it. Just play Caustic to be immune to the gas. Play Maggie to send a drill and push him at its corner. Play Fuse to shoot the knuckle clusters. Ignore that zone and go to a different one. There are ways around it. But I do understand the frustrations, and having a legend that is just more predominantly picked on a specific mode, all because they're like broken in that mode, is crazy. And don't forget, that's the same logic they used for not wanting to bring solos mode back. They said everyone was just running around as Wraith and Pathfinder. We don't want that to happen. Well, what about Lockdown, where everyone's just using Caustic? Do you want that to happen? So maybe they update that mode a little bit going forward. Lastly, just as we wrap the video up, I want to give you guys a little bit of a timeline about where we're standing right now with the next season and what you guys can expect in the next couple of weeks. So typically your seasons last about 3 months, and we did start this one, I think, on February the 14th. So theoretically we would start somewhere in the middle of May, and with that being the case, we normally get this collection of it towards the middle of the season. That's exactly where we are right now. And then about 2 weeks before the new season starts, we start to get trailers. And don't forget, we're already in April, which is just crazy, and we're about a month and a half away until we start the brand new season. So that means information regarding the new season is going to be coming out a lot more in about 2 weeks from now, and then also trailers and official news coming from Apex, and you know, maybe even the media press kits will be coming out about a month from now. So typically in the middle of the season, the news will spike up quite a bit, it'll slow back down, and then after about a week or two, it'll pick back up again because the new season information is starting to come out. Then once the new season comes out, things start to slow back down a bit as people get used to it. But because we are approaching the new season, things are about to start picking up in the next couple of weeks. So do yourself a favor, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date with all things aside of the world of Apex Legend news. And by the way, tomorrow is my birthday, and we're going to be doing a big live stream on the YouTube channel. Going to be giving away some glitch energy, also going to be hosting some customs if you guys want to join and prepare for tomorrow evening around 7 p.m 8 p.m 9 p.m the night era Eastern time. We're going to be getting on, having a great time, enjoying the community. So make sure to prepare for tomorrow's birthday stream. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring whoever you want to. Get as many people in this thing as we can so we can get a full lobby. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.